Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Long Island Wargaming. This is actually a game against WoopyWomp, and that's Dylan from the Warhammer Weekly show that we do here on the Long Island Wargaming channel. And so Dylan did not Skype, a Google Hangout with me. We didn't broadcast the game, but we did a game 1,000 points, and he took dwarves, and I have my warriors. Disclaimer, these are two of my armies that are not really painted or done up real well, so if you're looking for a painted battle report, this is not it, but it is 1,000 points, me versus Dylan. So I threw up the walls and fences I've been working on because I'm just happy with how they're coming out, so I want to use them. We have an impassable piece of terrain in the dwarven side, and then a forest over there that's being ignored. So for Dylan's list, he has 2 gyrocopters, 32 dwarf warriors with hand weapon and shield. He has 14 iron drakes. He has runesmith with a great weapon, master gromrule rune, and rune of warding. No spellbreaker rune, to my surprise, which actually ends up working out well because I don't have too much casting myself. So he is pretty defensive, this guy. And then for the Thane BSB, he's running a BSB. He has the rune of Snorri, which is the 25-point item that makes all 2-hit rolls on a 2+ successful, and he's got 2 runes of cleaving, so it's the +1 strength and the armor piercing. Also, I forgot to mention, the Iron Drakes have the torpedo on the champion. For my Chaos list, I brought a Zinchiro. That's the guy on the demonic mount there. He has a Talisman of Preservation, so the 4 board save. He's got the Enchanted Shield. And he also has the Third Eye of Zinch and Soul Feeder, so he's got the defensive build where he's got the 1-up armor along with the 4-up or the 3-up ward save with the rerollable 1, so he's pretty decent. And then I've got 2 Nurgle chariots to fulfill core. 3 dogs, a Gorbeast chariot. All the chariots are Nurgle, and we have 5 Hellstriders with a champ, and then a Vortex Beast. The Hellstriders go ahead and make a quick Vanguard move, and then Dylan goes ahead and seals turn 1. So he backs up his dwarves, and he backs up those gyrocopters. He probably could have moved the gyrocopters around a little bit to the right, but then again, the Hellstriders do have movement 10 with Swift Stride, so they are pretty quick. So he's avoiding them. And then the Iron Drakes sit still. This way they can shoot the torpedo at the 1 chariot. So you can see I deployed pretty heavy to the right to stay away from the shooting, so I can go ahead and take on the warriors, which may be a really, really good idea or a really, really bad idea. So we'll see how that pans out. So we move right on into Chaos turn 1, and the Hellstriders go around and stay around 20 inches away from the gyrocopters. This way he can't move and shoot because the move is 10 inches and the shoot is 8 inches with the template, and he's too far away to fly over me, so he can't dive bomb me. So I'm keeping them in a nice safe distance. The hero marches up as fast as he can, the dogs and the beast right behind. 2 chariots are coming up too, and then the chariot to the far left is about 19 inches away from the Iron Drake. I'm trying to keep my distance, so he'd have to move to be able to hit me. And here's just an aerial shot of the battlefield. For Winds of Magic, I roll a 6 and a 3, so we have, I get 9 power dice, but I only have 1 bound spell, so I'm going to be rolling 6, and he's also going to be rolling 6. I rolled like a 25, and he rolled like an 18, so I got the spell through. And this is the spell, it's the bound spell level 5, it's Aura of Mutation. I roll up a 5, which is a small template, but it scatters d6 inches and misses. And if I would have hit, it would have been toughness tests under there, no armor save. Really, with this spell, you're trying to roll for a 6, which is everyone takes a toughness test, and then you get a chaos spawn, which is fun. So that's kind of what I was going for, but you know, dwarves toughness 4, not as easy. So, Dwarf turn 2, the warriors go ahead up and back up just a little bit, as does 1 gyrocopter. The second gyrocopter is able to clear the gap and get out of the line of sight of the dogs and flame them next turn. He can't do it this turn. With the shooting, though, for the Iron Drakes, they are able to do a wound onto this Nurgle chariot, so that's good. He should be doing more wounds, though. I mean, the Iron Drakes with their strength 5 and their movement and their quick to fire and all that fun stuff, hopefully should kill these chariots before I get to them. Even when I charge, a counter shot should be able to finish them off. So we go into Chaos turn 2. The chariots are all moving up. The Gorbeast chariot is in range now for a charge onto the Iron Drakes, as is the other Nurgle chariot. I'm not sure that Nurgle chariot's even going to survive a charge because of the counter shot, but we'll see how that goes. My Lord and Hellstriders move to the right flank here. and the beasts and the other chariots move up too. So in this turn for Aura of Mutation, I roll up a 4. I did get the spell off successfully. D6 toughness tests, I get a few of them. However, he goes ahead and passes, which is annoying. But it is in a 3-up. It gets to pass to another unit within 6 inches, kind of like Plague for my Skaven, kind of that kind of feel. But I roll up a 2, which sucks because I would have been able to get it onto Gyrocopter, which probably would have been a better target to begin with this result, because if I rolled a 6 and I did toughness test, no armor save, and I got, say 3 wounds, no armor save, or he failed 3 tests, it would have killed him. So move into Dwarf turn, and we go ahead with the Iron Drakes and do another round of shots. Surprisingly, again, he doesn't kill them. A few of them are in long range, few in short range, but he does 2 more wounds, leaving the chariot with 1 wound. So over here, the Gyrocopter had flown over the Hellstriders for his dive bomb attack. He rolls a 10, which is awesome. So he has 10 shots at strength 3 armor piercing. He rolls up 5 wounds. I have 1 armor left after the armor piercing attack because I've got shields and light armor. Well, no, shields and mount, I should say. But I roll 4 6s, which is great. So they go ahead and survive, and they'll be hopefully useful in a future turn. Over here, also less productive. The flame breath weapon only kills 1 dog out of the 5. No panic test. So Chaos turn 3, a blurry picture, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. I've got 5 charges to make. The first charge from left to right is the chariot. It gets shot down with the counter shot. The next is the Gorby's chariot onto the same unit, the Iron Drakes, and then the last chariot, the beast, and the hero of Tzeentch are going to make charges in on the dwarf warriors. So what happens here is the Gorbeast gets in. Like I said, the other chariot dies from the counter shooting, and these two the chariot and the hero make it in. The beast does not. The Hellstriders go ahead and move to the flank of the warriors, so we'll see how that goes. And there was actually a last charge, and that was the dogs against the Gyrocopter to the right there. So I got a flank charge, which is pretty awesome. Gorby's chariot kills 4 guys with impact hits and attacks in combat, and there are no wounds done back to me. He passes his leadership test for a reform, and we're down to 10 guys. So we go into the combats here. I have to issue a challenge, so his Runesmith accepts. My hero whiffs. He doesn't get a single hit. The demonic mount gets 2 hits and 2 wounds. 1 wound gets through, thankfully. So the Runesmith only takes 1 wound, not killing him. But that hero needed to do a bunch of wounds to make it effective over there, because I'm charging a unit, and maybe not a good idea, but I'm charging a unit that has 3 ranks, a banner, and a BSB. So right off the bat, they have 5 combat points. I have a charge, and then whatever I kill, which I was hoping to be at least 4 to 5 guys between impact hits and everything else. But the chariot does 2 impact hits, which sucks. So I don't kill any guys there, because he also has, once the charioteers get to attack, he's a shield wall and all that stuff, because I charged him this turn. So the Thane goes ahead and does a wound back to the chariot, and I lose combat by 1. And with leadership 8, I have to get leadership 7, and both of them fail, which sucks. Probably not a very good decision. So I break from combat, he chases me down, and that's probably going to be game. I mean, I lost my hero. His build was survivability, but he also needed some support, which one chariot wasn't. Maybe the Gorby's chariot should have gone into this unit and forgotten about the Iron Drakes. But yeah, not enough support. Losing combat by 1 really, really, really sucks. I do kill the Gyrocopter over here, though. No, I don't kill it. I win by 2. Charge and a flank charge. So he actually rolls up a 9, and he runs off the battlefield. So these guys reform to face the other Gyrocopter. So, Dwarf turn 4, these warriors go in, they're going to get their +1 strength for the charge, the Gyrocopter comes in too. I don't know if that was the best decision, but you know what, a flank charge for an extra combat res could be helpful. The Mutalith Vortex Bees can do a decent amount of damage to at least not lose combat, because he's got D6 plus 2 attacks, weapon skill 3, strength 5, but he also has the D6 Thunderstomp, so it could be alright. but it's not. I end up rolling a 2 for both the Thunderstomp and the attacks, so I have 6 attacks altogether. I barely kill anybody, and I go ahead and run, and both the Gyrocopter chases me down. The Warriors go ahead and combat reform to deal with the Hellstriders and or Gorebeast Chariots. And over here, only one guy dies this turn, so it's a bit of a grind. So for Chaos turn 4, I go ahead and charge a Gyrocopter with these dogs, and Dylan goes ahead and issues a Flea, so I do not catch him. And I issue a rear charge onto these guys with the Hellstriders, so hopefully that can help me finish him off, get him down to at least 4 guys, so I can get rid of his Steadfast. I only managed to kill 3 guys though, which is crazy. He still has 6 guys left. 2 of the Hellstriders die. No wounds are done yet to the Gorebeast Chariot, but still grinding. He's been losing every turn so far, but he's steadfast with a leadership 10, so there's nothing much I can do about it. In Dwarf turn 5, this Gyrocopter fails to rally, so he's still running away. Over here, no charge is made against the dwarves. He needed to roll like a 9 to get a successful charge. He didn't want to get too close, so he moved up 2 inches, because if for some reason he failed charged and we went ahead and made it so that I actually won over here to the left, I would have gotten a combat reform and then into my turn a charge, which, I mean, he was trying to stay away from. I didn't think it was going to be worth it. My Gorebeast Chariot charging the Dwarf Warriors. Like I said, there's static 5 in there, so 3 ranks, banner, BSB, I can't do anything about it. Still a grind over here. We got down to 4 guys, so he's no longer steadfast. So for Chaos turn 5, these dogs go ahead and charge the Gyrocopter, and he's still fleeing, so he goes ahead and runs, but only 1 or 2 inches shy of running off the board, so I don't scoop up points for that. Over here, we go down to 2 guys, so 2 guys at a time gets him down to leadership 9, leadership 8. He's still passing with the reroll with the BSB nearby, so there's really no stopping these guys. I really need some consistency, or not consistency, some substance. I need some ranks and files, and this list doesn't have any of that. No Warriors, no Marauders, because honestly, I feel like it takes forever to get them across the board, and at 1,000 points, who knows what the Dwarf player is going to have. I mean, 1 or 2 Organ Guns would have did me in. This Gyrocopter finally rallies on Dwarf turn 6. So in Dwarf turn 6, we get down to 1 frickin' Iron Drake. 1 left, and he still doesn't run. And then in my turn 6, I go ahead and actually kill him, which means the Gorebeast Chariot's ready to do nothing because the game's over. So I reform, but you know what? He's got his full unit of guys, which is 200 and something points. Plus 2 heroes, so he's got at least half his points left. I've got a Gorebeast Chariot and some dogs, which is well under 200 points. So victory goes to Dylan. So, some points to be made here. The Iron Drakes are awesome. Those most of the attacks coming from the Gorebeast Chariot was about 7 attacks, 2 for each Charioteer and 3 from the Gorebeast. But you know what? He was rolling a lot of 6-up armors, and he has that standard 6-up board save from the Iron Drake armor. So those guys, they put up a good fight. Also, the dogs did an awesome job at keeping the Gyrocopter's busy. 1 almost fled off the board, and the 2nd did flee off the board, which is great. My thing is I probably could not handle those Dwarf Warriors. I should have went in with more support. If I would have sent in the Gorebeast Chariot and the 2nd Chariot with the hero, a few more impact hits would have been nice. But honestly, even after that, after I have no impact hits in subsequent rounds, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Because honestly, without those handful of attacks, I probably would have been losing combat every time just from his 3 ranks and everything. So, well-constructed list with that Brick of Warriors. My Beast didn't do well. If he did get a good roll where he had toughness tests to everyone, that would have been wonderful. So maybe dropping him and getting an actual caster would have been wonderful. So the unkillable hero, the Tzeentch guy, isn't that great when it comes to the fact that his 4 attacks and his 2 from the mount are not helping him. So he survived with his armor and ward save, but not when he got ran down. So I probably should have supported him. Also, the other way I could have won this game is probably by just killing the Gyrocopters and Iron Drakes with my heroes and everything else and just avoiding the Warriors. I honestly thought it was the other way around. Kill the Warriors, kill the heroes, ignore the Iron Drakes, but So even if I killed all of his other stuff, he would have had half of his army there, and then I would have needed the difference of 100. So I would have had to keep all my stuff alive, which would have been fine if I focused it down. If I focused down the Iron Drakes, killed them, and then picked off the gyrocopters here and there with my fast cav or my hero or whatever, it would have been cool. But either way, fun game. We use different different units that you usually don't see, which is always good. Nice change of pace when you're not doing a competitive build, especially when we're at a smaller scale. It's hard to do that anyway. But I like these 1,000-point games, and so me and Dylan will do a few more, and we'll get them up whenever we can. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.